here at this beautiful campground, and it's pre-season, so there isn't a host yet. But there is a couple here that have two dogs, one big, one kind of smaller, and they're off leash, and they do not have any sort of control over them that I've been able to see. And the dogs, I don't know if I should say they're aggressive, but they bark at everybody, they charge at you, which I think is aggressive. Their scruff is up, at least the one. I don't know if the other one you can really see the scruff because it's sort of longer hair. But the larger dog, you can see the scruff is up. They growl. So, yeah, to me they're aggressive. They're not like making contact with anybody, but they charge you, and they do it when I have Olive. They do it when I'm walking alone. They come into my camp, and their camp is like not real close. It's a ways away. So I don't want to be that person who automatically just calls authorities, because I think it's you should try to deal with people. Okay, so everybody who comes over, like this man came up in a truck and he's trying to use the washroom. The dogs charge him. Okay, anyway, I was just yeah. So because it's pre-season, does that mean that there are no rules? That you can just do anything you want? I mean, that's not my impression. This is still public lands. It's national forest, and there's still rules. It's for the safety of your animals. It's for the safety of other people. There are cars and trucks driving through here. Not much, because it's pretty quiet, but I've seen probably 3 this morning, and those dogs charged every one of the moving vehicles. And it's not just charging it up to like a few feet away like I've seen some dogs do. These dogs are going around the vehicles near the tires, and that makes me really nervous for those dogs. And it's totally unfair for the person driving, because what if they run over the dog? It's not their fault. I don't know. I am conflicted, to say the least. So I went over and talked to some people that we had met at the dog park in town, and that is the lady who we actually heard about this place from. She's very nice. She has a dog that's sort of a nervous dog, and at the dog park, the dog acted nervous, and but was okay, and was sort of calmed down after a little while. And she's with a friend who has another dog, like a really giant husky, and that dog is very docile and very sweet. Her dogs are off the leash. So when we walked around, her dogs came up to us, but felt differently. It was not like, they were barking, but it was more like an alert bark, not like an aggressive kind of bark, which to me the other dogs kind of have an aggressive, nervous bark. So I talked to them. They made me feel a little better, because their view is that it's pre-season, that the dogs should be able to do what they want. I don't think I agree with her, but she made a few valid points, and I don't know. What do you guys think? A fishery, like a big truck that carries a big tank full of fish, came through here, and the dogs charged it and ran alongside it. I'm wondering, like, would they call the ranger? And then another vehicle, like an official vehicle, I don't think it was a forest ranger truck, but it was something, like with some sort of official emblem on the side of it. They came through and the same thing happened, so I don't know. Is this just the way it is? Am I wrong for wanting to call the rangers? And again, it's like, my main concern is my concern for the dog's safety. There's also bear and mountain lion here. I mean, look at these rocky cliffs, and we're right next to a water source. That attracts animals, and those dogs are a snack to a bear or a mountain lion. So luckily, I have a very calm, very friendly dog. The only thing she wants to attack are ants and houseflies. Other than that, she's pretty chill, and she does really well with other dogs. She gets a little nervous, like when they charge her, which I can totally understand. But what if she had a little bit of an aggressive side? We'd have a dog fight on our hands. And my dog is on the leash 98%, maybe 99% of the time. The only time she's off a leash is when we're playing, actively playing with a ball, like fetch. There aren't people around, and it's a big open area. And I feel comfortable enough that she's been trained to return to me because she thinks she's going to get a treat always. Very food motivated puppy she is. And so yeah, there is a little risk there, but it's like a calculated risk, and it's like one of the few ways I have to really get her to exercise that hard. And also if I'm at a dog park, but that's totally understandable for her to be off a leash. So I have my fairly well-trained, very friendly dog on a leash 100% of the time. So why wouldn't somebody with a dog that's at the very least nervous and at the worst aggressive, why wouldn't they have those dogs on the leash? So Ross and I walked around the camp just a little while ago with Olive, and we just kind of wanted to see what would happen with the lady. The lady is there, and she has a baby and the two dogs. There's also a man. He is apparently not there. He's in a truck. So I thought maybe this was a forest ranger, but he works for a company that manages these campgrounds in the wintertime, and he manages, like he said, 18 of them, I think. So I asked him about, he's here actually fixing the water, or I guess they got the test back and the water is good to go. So I asked him about the camp host, and I guess the camp host is up at the next campground, and so it probably means we have to leave soon, or either start paying maybe, because that's in the works I think right now. But I asked him about the dogs, and they charged him, and he's like, yeah, unfortunately until the camp host comes, there's nothing really that he can do about it. I don't know. But the camp host is coming, and the camp host actually was here because he told me what vehicle she was driving, because she was coming to clean the bathrooms today, and she was here. I saw her drive by. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. That guy was very nice though. He just started doing this job, and he I guess really enjoys it because the scenery is phenomenal. And yeah, driving around from beautiful campground to beautiful campground doesn't sound like a bad gig. Yeah. Hair's up, scruff is up, no leashes.
Beautiful. I didn't expect it to be as warm.
I wanted to talk to those people. Well, no, I didn't want to talk to them, but I attempted to. I went over to their camp, Ross and I both did, and the dogs were out, but they never came out of their camper. The dogs were barking like crazy, but didn't alert them at all, so I didn't get to talk to them. I don't like confrontation. I really didn't want to talk to them. But when you're on BLM land or forest land and you're camping for free or dispersed camping, do you call the ranger when there's dogs and they're potentially in harm's way of getting run over? And I don't know, what do you do? Do you call the police? I don't know. I'm very torn about it. So what do you guys think? Am I being unreasonable? Would you call the authorities? I guess I'm just looking for your opinion on this. What would you do? Thanks for watching, everybody. See you down the road.